Greetings fellow Pagan Pals, Bella Rosa here with the Samhain treat. We're making our own spirit board. You'll need a large wooden board. I picked this one up at Michael's craft store. Check the description box below for a complete list of items needed. I'm painting my board black for protection and to represent communication with those who have passed on. I applied 2 coats for full coverage. Next up is the lettering. I chose these peel and stick stencils for my lettering. I thought they would be easier to use to lay out my design. I'll also use some stickers in this booklet that I found, and I thought they would be perfect for this board. Now I knew I wanted the alphabet to be curved and divided into 2 rows in the center of my board. A through M would be the first row with G as the middle letter, which I placed at about 4 3/4 inches from the top of the board. I had to trim a lot of letters up since I didn't want too much of a gap between each letter, but other than that, these stencils were easy to work with. With the second row, letters N through Z, I placed the middle letter T in the center and worked my way out into a curve. I placed the number in a straight line at about 2.5 inches from the bottom and started with 5 and 6, and I just worked my way out. Using white acrylic paint and a small foam brush, I just dabbed the letters in a pouncing motion, making sure not to go outside the frame of the stencil. If you happen to get some white paint where it doesn't belong, just go back in with some black paint to cover it up. I decided to put the phrases Merry Meet and Merry Part at the top and bottom of my board to replace the phrases hello and goodbye, typically seen on a spirit board. Again, using black paint to conceal any mistakes. In the upper 2 corners, I left about a 3-inch square space on each side for my stickers before I applied my yes and no responses, and really I just kind of eyeballed the placement. Then I used Mod Podge matte finish and a piece of foam to seal the board and give it that finished look. After the board dried, I started to place my stickers. I used mostly the gold highlighted stickers. I threw in some corner stickers here, then a sun there, and a moon, and then a couple of these palm reading hands, and definitely a bunch of these cute stars. I have to put something right in the middle here, so I chose this golden pentacle temporary tattoo that I bought on eBay. I had an extra one from when I made that Yule mug, but you can draw a pentacle with a metallic pen as an easier option. A few dabs with a damp cloth, and I have a little gold pentacle. When that dried, I went back in with some more Mod Podge just to protect it. I picked up this wood plaque from Michael's in the shape of a heart, and when you turn it upside down, you have yourself a pointer for your spirit board. Now be sure you have enough paint for this because I was actually running out of it right in the middle of painting this thing. I was only able to put on 1 coat, but that's all I needed. It still worked out pretty well. I sealed it up with Mod Podge, and then as a sticker component, there was actually a picture of a little spirit board pointer. So I thought, hey, that works. Now I thought that these little pads would give a good smooth glide on the board, so I stuck on 3 of them, and then when I went to try it out, it barely moved. But the little covers I peeled off were really smooth, so I just glued them back on and it worked like a charm. And it's done so many details: the sun, the moon, the pentacle, the writing and numbers came out so nicely. This spirit board would be great to make if you're going to a Samhain circle full of fun activities for people to do. Subscribe now, like up this video, and I'll see you next time for another episode of My Pagan Pal Crafts and Such. Merry Part!